Googled how to say good evening in Swedish, but I forgot. So it's fine. So I need to say something is missing here. My name is Almir and I'm a middleman. Because I really am. I come from Sarajevo. This is my first time in Sweden actually. I traveled the world, but something cold instead. But warm people here, so thank you for having me tonight here. These things, actually the most important thing that I really feel in everyday life, even though obstacles and everything is happening to every one of us, is the optimism that we need to have when doing things. So that's why I stole actually this CEO, Chief Eternal Optimist. I met one guy, I forgot his name, he got a TED reward. He's building schools and houses around the world, and he's an architect. And when I met him in Vienna, and he gave me his visit card. So it's not my original idea, but I said I'm gonna put it on my visit card when I have my company. I said it's free to use. So this is why I use it, and I really like to be optimist, and I really like optimism. So the thing is, my background is I'm a political scientist by education, and kind of businessman by the occupation, if we can say that. I love business, I love people. I worked in different industries and found myself in a culinary world. Okay, so how I met your mother actually, how everything started is actually it was like a fun idea that we did with some. This is my friend who is a web developer as well. So we were kind of producing in my hometown. We had access of, we had extras of produce that we usually had, and we said, let's put it online. Okay, let's sell potatoes. And that's how we named the company, potato.com. In a local language, it's krompier.ba. So we said, okay, potato. If the guy can name the computer Apple, we can name potato. So that was kind of explanation why we named it, because we were selling. My hometown is very known for a potato, really good quality potatoes, and that's why we wanted to utilize that and do the brand actually. And we wanted to pack it, put it in the supermarket. We were thinking like driving Mercedes, just selling potatoes. But it didn't happen because to enter the supermarket you need to have loads of money to put your products on the shelves. So we said we're gonna sell it online, and we said we don't want to sell potatoes, tomatoes, carrots. It's not that. We want to do something else. We want to make people's life easier. So we said, okay, we have our own produce. We asked some neighbors, cousins, whoever was interested. So in the end, we had like 10 farmers. Said we have enough produce. It had to be organic. I forgot to mention it. And said you know how to do it on that internet, because most of them are older people actually, 60 plus, and you sell it. I mean, as much as you want. These are our prices. If you pay us immediately, and if you sell it, you sell it. If you don't, it's your risk. So we started making wedge boxes. We didn't know how to price it. We didn't know where to find the packaging. We didn't have any equipment. This is in front of my house, actually, farmer's house. So this was our production. So, and this is how we actually started. We were working on a full-time job and developing, and it became a really nice idea. So I'm using always this picture to show everybody that you don't need like a big scale investment to start a business and to do something like on your own. So this is my car, and mostly on the weekends I was working like from 9 to 5, and from 5 to 12 I was selling online, and during the weekend in the morning I go to my hometown, do the farming, do the packaging, put it in my car, and it was like for 2 years I was doing that. I didn't have free weekend or anything. So I was investing, earning money, putting back everything that I was earning. And this was the president of the Bosnia and Herzegovina at that time. And I always say, fake it till you make it. And I was explaining how big project this is and how it's gonna work. So, and he supported us, it worked. He bought like 20 greenhouses to some of our farmers. So it worked. So fake it till make it actually works. The thing is, in the online business, the distribution is a big fact. Okay, e-commerce is fancy, is sexy, it sounds like nice. You kind of try to do direct sales, but in the end, what's happening is actually the farmers are too far, okay, spread around the region. They don't have much money to put enough produce in the car and go to the town. Mostly the big towns in Bosnia, like 4 towns, cities, are actually could consume that amount of the food, but in the end there is not enough producers who could actually diversify the production. You know, that's one of the things. If someone's producing potato, only he's producing potato, but he cannot sell like tons of potato that pays him off. So so we said, okay, we're gonna do it. We invested the money. We invested our own money. We started business with 250 euros, actually. And investing, it took a longer time, but actually in the end, it paid off. So we're always thinking how to add the value. But in the end, what happened is actually these boxes went very well. We learned how to price. We learned how to make better boxes. We ordered even the cooling storages and everything. So the logistic part was covered. The issue was with the farmers. Every year we had less and less organic for certified farmers because of the lack of the support of the state. Agriculture is only industry in the world that cannot survive by its own. Okay, it needs to have support by the state. And unfortunately, what's happening now? For example, let's take the meat. The local meat is more expensive in Bosnia than the imported meat from for example, Austria and Germany, because of the big supports and everything that they get by when farming and everything. So it's a big problem for our farmers, not only organic, but every farmer in Bosnia, because of the prices, and people with the lower budgets are always going for the cheaper products. So we said we're gonna do something else. And the other thing is actually people were saying, okay, you bring us this produce, and we don't know what to do with it, because younger generations, unfortunately, are how to say, not capable of making food. They don't know how to cook. That's the thing. And we realized that a huge number of people were saying like, we are very sorry, but we're throwing away your food that you bring us. So we said we want to develop something else, something called recipe box. So probably you've heard of it. So you're ordering like a food or meals, and you say like 2, 4, or 6 persons, and we weigh everything, and we pack it, and we bring it to your door with like a cooking for dummies. Onion, 50 grams. 50 grams. Okay. You don't throw everything away. You don't buy big jars, and that's left in your fridge. You have to clean it up, like here. It's not written on a name, so we throw it away. So the project was good, but the thing is, I was lacking the inspiration by the chefs, because at that time I used to have like 350 different organic products in my online shop, and when I put it on a table to the chefs, they get lost. They don't know how to create a recipe. So I invested more than 5,000 euros on developing things, trying to start that project, and we started with few recipes and the stuff, but it didn't work. In the end, I said, I'll stop the project and I'll start cooking. Even though I knew how to cook, my first experience with the rice, I put 1 kilo of the rice in a pot, because I thought it's very, very not enough for one person. And when I realized that you need like a half a cup for 4 persons, it was a discovery for me, you know, because I used to live in a high school in a dormitory, at university at the dormitory, so all the time my mother before that was cooking for me, so I never actually was in the kitchen. Well, the only thing was pancakes and eggs, so that's what I was doing. So we started like promoting different things, invited TV shows to our space to shoot the show, to record what they were doing, and most of the time I was pissed off because of these sponsors, you know, you see, big sponsors, big producers of the food, something that was not going with what I was doing, because I don't agree with the big producer of the chicken, the big producer of something else. They put their advertisement over there, and they like support something. So I said, that's not gonna work, because if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it my own way. So another thing is I want to show you just the difference. It was very good experience for us, because we were cooking in a Swedish embassy in Sarajevo, like live cooking for 100 people, more than 100 people. And TV host from this national TV approached us and said, let's do the show. I said, what kind of show? So we have very popular one show every Friday. Everybody's watching it. It's big stars. I don't know what's the bigger star here in the region in Sweden. I don't know. Let's say ABBA comes and sing on that show, and everybody watches it. So I said, that's a good opportunity. He said, okay. I said, do you have a kitchen? He said, no. Okay, I have a kitchen. So because I did something else, I said, okay. So when is it? It was Thursday. Said it's next Friday. I said, okay, national television. And I said, take a risk, in business you have to take a risk. So I said yes, but first I'm not a cook. I'm not a chef. I don't know how to cook, I said it's good to talk. You just talk and you will make something. You'll figure it out. That's how we started. So I said yes. So okay, we started, and when they were leaving, I said, just wanted to tell you it's going live. So no cuts, nothing, just live show, and that's how I met your mother. So that's how I actually started. So I really loved cooking because of that. It was a stress, but most of the time after that, most of the recipes I created, I never tried them before. It was a challenge for me to try it in a show. Wow, I had like 90 shows, and most of the, like 95% of the recipes I never made in my life. Never. Not even before the show. I just figured it out in my head, and I knew it how to do it, and I went for it, And some people know here for the region, Zdravko Čolić, for example, the biggest star actually in the region who came, and I was like so cool, and he ate my food and said, wow, my God, I know how to prepare food. And we made something else because we had the opportunity to make an impact. So this is how Bosch approached us, for example. He equipped all the kitchen and everything, so we were doing co-production with the national television, and I was financing all that. For 1.5 seasons, I was financing that because I didn't want anyone to put any products that I'm not agreed with on my table while I'm shooting the show. So I was showing the photos of small farmers around the Bosnia and Herzegovina. I was actually bringing their products. I was bringing other chefs from Italy, from the region, talking about the local food and stuff. So we made a huge impact just because of that show. Even bigger one that we thought we were going to do with the digital marketing, with the promotion and stuff. So we did something that was creative, something new, and the people accepted that very well. And I know that because I really have I'm fortunate that I have really huge connection of a businessman because of my previous experience and everything. I know people who don't watch TV. I know how they're busy. I call them, they're in Russia. I call them tomorrow, they're in US. And they said, when you started cooking, every Friday we are in front of a TV with a blanket and a tea, and we watch the show. So they send me messages. So we said, that's the impact. That's good. We're doing something very good, and people see that. So combination of the modern technology, modern way of communication of social media, and the traditional way of communication works very well. So we have to combine that in promoting what we are doing. So these are just some of the things I never tried in my life before, but I did it on the show. So I realized, and we are making this baklava, vegan baklava tomorrow. It's traditional, also Bosnian, not only Turkish sweet, but we're doing it without sugar, so I promise. I really love the food. and I started cooking, and this is how we actually changed our business a little bit, because every business needs money to survive. Because of that, we actually started to do the catering business, and we still used what we had from the products that are available, but on a different scale, on a different way with the added value. You know, so the farmers can get the price because I can get the price from the more bigger value. You know, when something in the market has its price, I cannot tell to the farmer you have to decrease the price or lower your price just because I need to earn something. So this was the good way to move so all the sides are actually earning. We actually reduced the online business and actually do the costs and everything that we had, but we opened a small shop. Like, we still work with 60 farmers from around Bosnia, and people now come to the shop. Actually, it's much easier for us. It's smaller, we have only 2 employees there, and smaller costs and everything, but still we are working on a bigger project to produce to make one big kitchen where we can actually cook, we can educate and stuff. So and another thing is actually we do is raw cakes, no sugar, no flour, no eggs, nothing. It's kind of fascinating that when I tell people that I don't use any of traditional ingredients, they say, so what's inside? I said, yeah, that's it. When you ask the question, that's the right question. So mostly we use nuts, we use cashews, we use dates, we use coconut, we use everything that's available vegan, and also on affordable prices. So this is something that we actually are very proud of. Another project is actually Kids Food Lab. We love to share what the kids eat. These are my 2 boys. Actually, the thing is, this bigger one cannot eat any fresh fruits or vegetables. He vomits immediately, he pukes. And this one, little one, he eats everything. So whatever this one cannot eat, this one eats. So we realized that we have a problem with that. So we had to reinvent our kitchen at home to just adjust to him so he can intake enough of the food. Now we are trying to negotiate with him. It's a kind of a psychological thing that he actually has. But we realize that when they make the food at home with us, they eat. They eat that food. They don't ask what's inside. Whenever we serve something, thousands of questions. What's this? What's this green? What is blue? What is this? What is? Thousands of questions, and in the end, they don't eat. So when they make the food, they eat it. So we started this kind of workshops with small kids from 5 to 10 years old, and try to educate them how to make a snack, how to do like a hamburger that's healthy, how to do like a breakfast, how to help the mother and stuff. And what's interesting, most of the parents don't know these recipes, what we do with them. So we involve parents as well with these things. This is another project that I'm really proud of. You probably have heard of SOS Kinderdorf. It's a big NGO from Germany that's helping orphans from around the world. So these kids are, when they turn 18, they're gonna be on the street, you know. So it's a sad story because all the time they were in a village, that's a Kinderdorf village, and after that they have to be on their own. And most of the time they went through very, very tough times. Some of them use drugs, some of them actually go to jail and stuff. So don't want to get into the details, but we had an opportunity to do something that's really good, because in hospitality business we have lack of people, and more and more people are leaving or don't want to do in the kitchen, because if you don't know what the stress is, go to the professional kitchen and work for 1 month, and you will see what the stress. It's the hardest, almost the hardest work in the world, you know, to work in the kitchen. Like 8-hour shift, it's a half shift that we do in the kitchen, really. And these kids can earn decent money when they are sous chefs, when they help in the kitchen. So we are finishing this first group in December, and immediately most of them got the jobs. So that's something that I'm really proud of. Another project that I'm really proud of are these women. I'm not teaching them how to cook, because they can teach me much more. And this is in Srebrenica. Srebrenica, I've heard of, a city of genocide. different sides. For example, you cannot tell which ethnicity women are, and due to the conflict and everything, it's very rough environment that they live in, but they come together and we cook together. And almost every Saturday when I'm not busy, I go to Srebrenica and I cook with them, I live with them. We produce the food, and we eat all that food, and we laugh, and we bring kids and everything. So this is something I'm trying to give back to the community. And this is these are the regular workshops I do. This is the group from one of the other projects which Institute has.
Yeah.
We did it in the Marriott Courtyard Hotel. I put like 30 people in professional kitchen. Most of them professionals, CEOs, business owners, and I put a big pressure on them. So I said, next time you're in a restaurant and you said, why is my soup is not ready? So you remember what happened in the kitchen. So it was really good. It's a really good team building for everybody. So that's it. I cooked for you tomorrow as well. We'll be eating food. So in the end, I like to ask people, you know what the WTF means? What the fuck?
Yes.
Where's the food? Okay, thank you.